September 25, 1994. Dear Diary, yesterday I had my 9th birthday party. I got one prize, then when I opened my presents, that's when I discovered my very own first diary. Finally, something to write in without someone peeking over my shoulder. Something to write all my private stuff in. May 1, 1996. Dear Diary, guess what? My secret is too hard for me to keep inside. I keep on coming so close to telling one of my friends, so instead, I just drop little hints since I can't tell anyone. I intend on telling Mrs. Firth as soon as I can write down my secret in case I can't just come right out and say it.
And that was just a sample of Mortified, which is headed to the Creative Alliance for 2 shows on Friday, February 8th. And joining me now are the creators, producers, actually co-producers. We've got Adam Rubin. Yes, Adam Rubin. And Alex Hewitt, as well as one of our storytellers, Olivia Washington. Welcome, you three.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here. So for people who don't know about Mortified, tell me a little bit about what it is exactly.
Sure. Well, actually, Dave Nadelberg created Mortified in LA 15 years ago, and so we produce the show locally. It's a storytelling show where adults share their childhood diaries, love letters, poetry, artwork on stage. So it's a little bit cathartic, creepy, voyeuristic, and comedic.
So it's all this stuff from our childhood that we might have put in diaries or collected and never thought that we would share with anyone. And then now we do it, what, on stage?
Exactly. Yes. Well, it's a way to reconnect with your childhood self. And it's a sharing of just what it's like to be human. And the audience really responds to it. They find it very funny and inspiring.
And Adam, how do you guys go about finding these people?
People, for some reason, come to us. We still haven't figured out why. So they go to getmortified.com, they click on participate, and then they can send us a little form with some information about who they are, what they've got, whether it's a diary or locker notes or comic strips they drew as a kid, things like that. And then we'll have a screening session, invite them, read what they've got, and see whether it could work on stage.
Olivia, what made you do this?
Honestly, I've been a longtime listener of the podcast, which I stumbled on it and thought it was hilarious and that all these people are insane. Finally went to a live show here in Baltimore a few months ago, and after the show, I thought, you know what? I know I have old diaries. Why not?
So you love the podcast, and that was something I was going to mention. You beat me to the punch. The podcast. Tell me a little bit more about that one.
Well, that comes out once a week, and it's sort of a compilation of different shows all over the country, all over the world, and it's just sharing pieces of it. Usually there's a theme. Our shows are usually not themed, except for the Valentine show, so it's our doomed Valentine show, so it's love-themed, and love, can be really funny and awkward, So.
Especially first loves, which I'm sure are in these diaries. And then on top of that, it's not just a podcast, but now it's on Netflix, too.
Yeah, there's a 6-episode docu-miniseries on Netflix called The Mortified Guide. It came out actually, Facebook just reminded me today that 1 year ago, Alex and I were in Utah at the Sundance Film Festival when it came out. So it's 6 episodes showing people reading from their diaries. I'm in a couple of them. I'm showing off a hermit crab maze that I made for my pets when I was a kid, which was horrible. It's a lot of fun to watch.
I made a maze for mice, so that counts for something, right? Yeah, it was a science project, and I actually got them drunk off brandy. That's a real story.
That's great.
But I won first place, so actually maybe second place. But so maybe I could share that. Sure. Stories like that. Yes. All right. You guys are so great. Thank you so much. And you know what? We can check you guys out. That is February 8th, right? Yeah. Friday, 2 shows at the Creative Alliance. Thank you for being here, and we will be right back with more Midday Maryland right after the break. Stay tuned.